What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Don Illuminati, back with another video. So before I get started today, I'd like to say I love you guys. I gotta keep starting off with that. Shout out to listen, man. If I ever offended anybody, just bring it to my attention. I know you probably thought I was gonna say sorry, huh? Well, I am, but not right now. I just want to keep seeing the antics, okay? Because let me tell you something, man. I noticed, I'm old enough, right? We old enough to be men. That's number one, all right? Number two, you should recognize certain things for what you realize, right? Now, everybody in my world know who I am. If you don't really know who I am, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? And I just had to, that's on you, okay? But if you see some kind of patterns that's coming out of me, nigga, I mean, maybe that's just what it really is, bro. Maybe that's my issues. You feel me? Regardless of what it is, you can't change it. Whether you like it or not, there's nothing you're gonna be able to do about it. You feel me? Because what I'm saying here is, I see a lot of people out there where it's like, dang, it's like, what did I do to you, right? And I'm like, yo, I did something to this cocksucker. I did something. I either did something or I said something. But the thing is, I can do or say things too damn easy, bruh. So like I said, if you got a problem with me, just man up. Bring it to my attention. Don't be on no cocksucker shit, dog, because that'll really throw a nigga off the edge. You heard what I'm talking about? I'm just being 1,000 with you. I ain't for no petty shit. I ain't no BS, nigga. None of that, dog. I'm really finna go handle business. I know how I am. It's just that you don't know how I am or y'all don't know how I am. It is what it is, right? And shout out to the homegirl last night. And I try to do the message, as gently and as politely as I possibly can, bro. Y'all don't understand what I go through, my nigga. Y'all don't. I got some videos that I want to show y'all, but I can't show y'all now. This is previous stuff from back in the day. I'd rather pull that out later than to do it now. You understand what I'm saying? Because we got some things to do now. So what I'm saying is, like I said, if I ever offended you or whatever, you know what I mean? Just bring it to my attention. I don't want to apologize before you bring it to my attention. You got to bring it to my attention and then I apologize, right? Because I hear a lot of sidebar and slick talking. Nigga, that shit don't faze me none. It phases me so less that I'm like, I might catch it 2 months down the line like, damn, you know what? I think this motherfucker is saying this because I said that 2 months ago. And then you start running things back and you're like, hold up. This motherfucker been on that petty shit the whole time. You ain't even think about it. I'm too real of a nigga. Like I said, I'm too real of a nigga to realize petty shit off the back. You see what I'm saying? So if you got a problem with me, bring it to my attention. Because I damn for sure will when I say certain things, I may be talking to everybody, dog. And if you fucking feel offended by that, my nigga, then what the fuck, bro? Like, what you want me to do? Huh? What you want me to do? That's me, but that ain't you. So let me tell you how this actually goes, dog. Because I'm not telling y'all that I do this on purpose, and I'm really trying to keep it low right now, because we got to get it to the message, bro. It's 4 minutes in already, okay? And we already talking about poo bull-ish, okay? So I ain't got time to be wiping the baby back bitch tears off you. You understand? And I don't got time to deal with no petty shit either. We got work to do. All right. So, all right. Enough with the kissing the boo boos. Okay. And that's how I kiss the boo boo. That's my apology. That's as far as we're gonna go with it till you bring something to my attention. Oh, you know what, brother, you hurt me because you said this, and all I'm gonna ask you is, do you wanna go somewhere and talk about it? Because I'm really ready to talk about some things. You know what I'm saying? I'm very much open for discussion, as you can see. You hear me? Because I don't play those little kid games. I done grew up. I done seen a lot of bitch niggas. I know what bitch niggas look like. I know how bitch niggas respond. And I know how bitch niggas hold grudges and all. I don't care about none of that, dog. You better get over it before I stomp a mud hole in your ass. Get over it. All right? Listen, I'm sorry. It is what it is. Okay? That's the only thing I'm going to apologize for. So it is what it is. You don't like me? Turn me off. Don't ever listen to it. And you not have this knowledge, bruh. You will not get this knowledge from me. All right? So let me go ahead and calm that down for a bit, so I know how I can get. Anyway, we're talking about keys to the universe, y'all. I know this is a very important lesson. Very important lesson. It's the keys to the universe, okay? So this is Keys to the Universe Part 3. So this morning, I woke up and, God was speaking to me again. Christ came out the air telling me. Remember, I told y'all he was going to give me the information to get to y'all. Well, he just started. And he was saying something this morning about like the magnetic waves and electrodes and this, that, and the third, and electrodes in our body. So I never even knew that we had electrodes in our body. Never knew what electrodes was, and I didn't know anything about it. I get up and I begin my research because he's saying these things in my ear. I said, hold up. Let me go get a pen. I already know what this is. This is the keys to the universe. All right. It's all that stuff that he was telling me when he took me up there. When he took me up there, this is what he was telling me. This is part of what he was telling me. Remember, I said, I can't remember everything, but I came back and he said, the last thing I could remember him saying when he took me up there in space or whatever, above the firmament, he was he was a charge within himself. And I found out that to be a positron. I also found out that to be what CERN did to conduct all that strong energy, right? To get positive energy out of negative energy. Remember that? Out of antimatter. You know how they was able to break it down? Now, mind you, the first thing that CERN was trying to do was figure out the pace of life, the pace that hold human life together in the first place. That's why that's why they started the Hadron Collider in the first place. Hadron Collider. Yes, that's why they started that in the first place, because they wanted to know the pace that hold human life together. Your positive and your negative blood cells, right? Because when they go clear, boom, and they come back together. Like if a person was dying, they put the electric thing on you, whatever, the defibrillator, and then it brings your positive and negative back together, but it don't hold it together. They wanted to find out the pace that holds it together, because sometimes it don't work on everybody. Some people, they'll come back, and some people they don't, and they keep doing it. They wanted to know, how do we get it to stay back together? Now, mind you, that was a whole reason for them trying to figure out how they can, I guess, live an eternal life, or try to live longer. This, that, what was going to happen to them anyway? Even if they held the positive and negative together for a long time, they was only going to reach the amount to extend 120-year period to 150 years. Dog, their body would have been rotting away at about $130. About after 120, their body was going to start rotting away anyway. They'll still be living, but they'd be like a living zombie. That's what I'm pretty sure they found that out, or they didn't find it out. But let me tell you something, right? The positron is what God told me he was. Remember, he said that he's basically a light that hides in the midst of darkness. He told me, it's in the Bible. It says his favorite hiding places in darkness, his secret hiding places in darkness. I know I'm speaking fast because it's a little bit to this, okay? All right, so you got to stick with me now. This is scientific this time. This is scientific. But at the same time, spiritual, because it's coming from God. It's God himself. It's Christ. He told me that he was the antimatter. Bro, that's what he's working. He's using CERN. He's using the military. He's using all this stuff, dog, to do all this, okay? He's the one. I told y'all this before, but y'all won't believe me. That's why I tell y'all it's all a show. So y'all worrying about, this, that, and the third that's going on in the world. Bro, he did it. Christ already took the blame for everything, okay? You didn't see that in the Bible? Okay, well, I did. That's why he said he's a sort of division. He came to bring division, bro, between everything. You understand? That's Christ. That's the spirit of Christ, antimatter, whatever you want to call it. Y'all call it a deep, dark entity or energy or whatever the fact is, because you're not a part of it. Okay, it's what created us in the first place. Okay, and we do have that a little bit in us. They said they called it COVID, they called it death, they called it a whole bunch of different things. Remember when COVID first started, it was like, yeah, we all got a little bit of it in us, blah, 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 right? Okay, well, that's a little bit of COVID, a little bit of death, whatever, a little bit of antimatter. Okay, why? Because that resides inside of, that's actual pace that holds our human life together. All right, boom. I told you you're gonna have to stay with me, man. You feel me? You're dealing with, all right. The Keys to the Universe, Part 3. Okay, I'm going to slow it down now. In this chapter, we're going to be clearing the body, the electrodes in the body. We're going to be cleaning the electrodes. And then that's what he was saying, and I'm just asking him and everything like that. So I put the lesson together for you from everything that I got. This is going to take 30 days. After we do this, there's going to be another process with carbon something, whatever. I got that too, but it's upstairs or whatever. So before we get started, I want to explain what the electrodes are, how they facilitate the energy throughout the body, and what purposes that they can be used for, okay? So electrodes, they act as a highway in the body, right? To calculate and transfer electrical activity throughout the body, okay? That's an electrode, not electrons, because you got protons, electrons, neutrons, but I'm going to show you how that's effective. That electrode, it actually, like I said, it's a highway and it transfers one energy from one place to another. Now the difference is with these protons and these electrons and these neutrons, they don't necessarily transfer. The protons are protons, electrons are electrons, and neutrons are pretty much neutral. There's nothing there. The electrons are the negative particles within the body, the negative cells. And then you got the positive cells, which are the protons, okay? Okay. Y'all feel this energy of depletion and this negative and, all that stuff, right? Okay. Well, we want to show you how to turn negative energy into positive energy, okay? And when I say positive energy, we're talking about just like CERN, Tesla, all that exclusive positive energy. You get it? We also have those things within the body. Let's go. Okay. So we're going to need this to be able to transfer our electrons, active particles, into our protons. That's what we want to do here. We're trying to get the electron particles into the protons. Why? Because most of the activity takes place, and most of the strongest activity takes place within the electrons and the negative particles. Just like they say in the batteries, they got to shrink it all the way out. And once it's all the way out, that power gets so combusted with negative energy that there's something that kicks out what is called a positron. That's who God told me he was. When he said he's the light and hides in the midst of darkness. When he said, let there be light, there was already light. But it was just darkness around him. He was already hiding in the midst of it. But then when he said, let there be light, it projected on the outside. Boom! Big Bang Theory, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Start creating things, doing things, moving things, elements, this, that, and the third. You hear me? You hear me? So what we want to do is we want to go in there and we want to snatch out our positrons. So we got to go into the electrons and bring them into the protons, okay? So we're going into the electrons to gain the positrons. Your regular human has not done this. The only person that probably more than likely did it is Jesus. That's how he was able to control elements. That's how he was able to walk on water. That's how he was able to utilize lightning. He could do it, all kind of stuff. All right, so let me go ahead and get into it, okay? So now you get what we're trying to do. We're trying to transfer, and we got to use the electrodes. We got to clear our highways for that to happen. We got to make sure there's mass space. Remember, the electrodes is what acts as a highway in the body to calculate and transfer the electrical activity through the body. So the first thing we want to do is clear the electrodes. You might not know what they are, but just follow me, okay? I'm going to show you. It's no witchcraft. It's nothing. It's all about how you eat, your diet, your exercise, the things in your mental space, having those good H3Os in you, the water and stuff like that. The proper things that's going to take, cutting out sugar and all that. And why, the reasons, this, that, and the third. Because you're getting ready to get your energy back. Getting ready to see what I'm talking about. I'll tell you within the first week. If you don't feel what I'm telling you, then you ain't really doing it. Because I already did it to a certain extent. Okay? So, we're transferring our electron active particles into our protons, which is turning the negative energy into positive energy, such as the Tesla experiment. But we're going to do this inside the body. See, this is what CERN found out, but this is what God is telling me. Okay? Now, electrodes can carry electrical signals from the muscles, the brain, the heart, the skin, other parts of the body, right? To help contain certain conditions as like self-curing, repairing, revitalization, stuff like that, okay? They carry those signals throughout the body that can help you do these things. So they also could be used to measure electrical activity in the body to stimulate nerves or muscles, okay? It also can be used to stimulate nerves or muscles. We're not talking about the protons, electrons yet. We're still talking about that highway, the electrodes, okay? That can be used to stimulate nerves and muscles, in which, in this case, we're going to need both because we're going to be utilizing both. You need both to help you get there quicker. So blood flow process and all that actually helps this fact of the matter. So certain things you're really going to have to cut out. And that's why we're going to get to those things, okay? So the electrodes themselves, they do not directly store energy, but they're like the key component within the battery or electrochemical cell, which that's what we have as humans, right? But I'm trying to convert to you like we're batteries, but we're not batteries, we're biological. So we got those chemical cells. They do the same thing as a battery does. Same chemicals, same everything. I'm trying to show you how to become a capacitor in a way, to where it is kind of storing energy, to where you can pretty much suck in the energy from space. You know how you start winding it and start conducting it? Dog, we are conductors, electrical conductors. I want to get your electrical conductors straight. So when this thing comes in, we're going to absorb it and we're going to boom. Do you understand me? Okay, let's go. All right. So I'm trying to get you to understand that what we're building is basically like a body capacitor, right? So I don't know if you know what a capacitor is, but we're going to explain in a little bit more, for those who don't understand. Well, it's where the energy is stored in the form of chemical potential, right? It's the chemical parts of the body that is stored. It's the same thing as in a battery. We are utilizing these chemical components to release electricity when the circuit is complete, right? Allowing the electrodes to transfer electrons. That's what's going to allow them to transfer the electrons. See, now we're talking about the electrons, all right, and protons or whatever. Because we want to transfer the electrons to the protons. It's not the actual electrons, but it's the positron that's inside of the electrons, but it's still on the electron side, the negative particle. See, that's why when all this negative activity feels and you feel all down and this and that and the third, well, we want to show you how when you do these things, you're going to have that. It's always going to happen. And it's only because of a chemical release, whether you get scared, mad, frantic, whatever the deal is, you understand? It's going to pull that positron and put it back into you, such as, let's say, I don't want to use this as an example, but they're really not doing it this way. But say all the artists who go up on the stage, Sasha Fierce, this, that, and the third, right? Beyonce, normally she's a very shy person, but when she gets on stage, do you understand what's happening there? She's absorbing energy. I've done this before too because I'm a performer, but it happens to a lot of people. You don't know your full potential until you're really put in the midst of that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's like when you're put into that situation that you're fearful of or whatever the case is, then boom, you get this burst of energy and you're just like, wow, man, I'm doing it. I'm actually flying. Exactly. All right, so check this out. So it's allowing the electrodes to transfer the electrons during that chemical reaction. The chemical reaction is, like I said, when you feel bad or something happens and it startles you, frightens you, angers you, saddens you, anything bad, right? Going to be converted into good energy. You see what I'm saying? So it's like stress, other type of situations like that where it's going to react with your nervous system, where it's like fear, anger, and all that other stuff, right? And that's why I'm saying it's going to react with the nervous system. Because remember, electrodes can be used to measure electrical activity in the body that stimulates the nerves or muscles. So when you get nervous, that's when it's going to stimulate it. But it ain't going to do it what I'm trying to get it to do, or we're trying to get it to do. It's not going to stimulate it unless you have to clear your electrodes. You got to clear that highway, right? Now, what's blocking up the highway? We're going to get to that in a second, okay? Because see, what this is, we need it to transfer the electrons into protons, positive energy. Why do we want this? Because the electrons are the negative cells that have the potential as the explosive energy, like I said, such as antimatter. I hope y'all sticking with me with this. If not, just run it back. Because we're going to have, it's so much more. I'm telling you, it's a lot more. That's why I was speaking so fast. I told you when he was talking to me, that's how he was talking. It's like a lot of get through. You feel me? I'm telling you, he was talking quick. And it's which is the substance that created us. And it actually holds the positive and negative blood cells together. See, remember I was saying that's what CERN figured out. So it is the pace that holds human life together, but it's also something that's very, very powerful. It's antimatter that's what's doing this. And I want to show you how to tap into our antimatter and pull out that positron as well. When we can do that, we have all kind of conductive electronic signals within us that can do certain things. Mind you, melanin can play a big part in it as well, because melanin Let me get to that real quick. I want to show you. Melanin is known to have a photoconduct electricity, right? And it has materials that emerge, particularly in the context of the biological electrical interface material, right? It's got metals in it, this, that, and the third. It's like a superconductor, okay? So not only can you conduct energy, but with melanin, you can be a superconductor. So anybody that got melanin, it's going to be a super. So I'm giving, here's one power, then here's a superpower. You understand? All right, cool. Let's keep it moving. All right. So I know that I'm talking too quick. All right. So this is what we want to tap into. We want to tap into our positrons, something that we've never used, an energy that we've never used. You see what I'm saying? You only get beat down until, it goes away and you feel better the next day. But you never got beat down to the point where you had an explosive effect to where you could literally just make all the lights just blow out, move things. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Do you understand? Hey, listen, bro. Say what you want to say. It's the reason why Jesus walked on water. He controlled the elements. You got to be a part of it. You got to be tapped into it. You got to be connected with it fully, from body to antimatter to whatever you talk. Y'all don't know. Whatever. Say what you want to say about this. Okay? Your boy hears from God, and he's going to show y'all how to get these keys to the universe. You want to live that eternal life? All right. So you think the lack of knowledge is just this, that, and the third. It comes with a little bit of other things. We're supposed to be eating healthy and doing starting stuff anyway. You feel me? All right. Because that's what's coming on the planet. And I want you to know to transfer this power into your physical proton power by utilizing both together, which can store the energy, such as explained, like the capacitor. So we're going to be able to clear that paths. Once we clear that paths, we'll be basically like capacitors, being able to store a certain amount of energy. You feel me? So where they're both being able to be used at the same time. So when they're basically both being used at the same time, your protons and your electrons, that's when it's like a stored energy, right? So the chemical component, the energy stored within the battery is not held by the electrodes themselves, but by the chemical bond. You feel me? So the electron, it provides the surface for the chemical reactions to occur. You see what I'm saying? Where the electrons are transferred from the electrons to the protons. So it's saying pretty much it has to be that chemical bond where the electrodes are completely active and they're transferable, right? Just like a battery, which includes positive and negative. And then with the electrolyte in the system, that's what it stores the energy. Okay, so we want to be storing the energy. I'm going to show you how to get to that. I know I'm just breaking down the science for you right now. So if you're even on another level of intelligence, you may can understand what I'm saying. But I feel like I'm breaking it down good enough. Okay, so like I'm saying, basically we're turning negative energy into a massive amount of positive energy, the same way Tesla did. They did it with cars. We're going to do it with our bodies. Okay, so now you're going to know how to turn fear into courage, sadness into happiness, weakness into complete strength. Okay? The primary energy conductors are of the nerves. Okay? They're in the nerve, the primary. I mean, the number one energy conductors are in the nerves. And that's why it's used to electrical pulses to transmit the signals throughout the body, making the body a good conductor of electrical and electricity overall. Okay? So before I get too deep, I need to just get you to understand. We're just clearing out the electrodes, okay? That's all you need to know. I'll just explain a whole bunch more than you probably needed to know, but I wanted to show you how it actually works, okay? This is what he told me. I looked it up. Before I woke up this morning, knew nothing about this, didn't even know it was in my body. I already heard him telling me, started looking up, boom, and there it was. Just like always, Doug. Now, never mind. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's not devilish activity, Doug. Somebody's getting ready to get the keys to eternal life here. And it ain't Satan. You hear me? So basically it's clearing the highway for an emergency amount of traffic that's getting ready to come through. We got to clean our electrodes, clean our highways, because when that spirit starts falling more To other people, it's going to possess them, dog. For us, we'll be able to conduct large, super amounts of power. That's Christ. That's Christ. You want Christ to come in, and you want Christ to activate and do what he could do and do what you could do as gods that ye are? Okay, listen. All right. Now we're going to start clearing out the electrodes. This is going to be a 30-day process, which we're going to start with number 1, no sugar diet for 30 days, right? Because sugar has the ability to hold on to access toxins in the body that actually acts like a paste for toxins. Sugar's like a paste for toxins in the body, which, believe it or not, it'll destroy about 50% of your energy on your daily basis alone. So sugar is like one of the biggest drugs, one of the biggest downfalls of everything. Mind you, you don't want to be a part of things that are altering your perception or your conscious, or let's say like getting too drunk and can't smoke cigarettes. Let me go, because cigarettes, they got nicotine, which it disrupts the nervous regeneration process. Okay, it causes a lack of blood flow, and these are the reasons why you want to get in gym and increase the blood flow. Walking, exercises, staying active, and this, that, and the third. You want to make sure you're completely open for this. Completely open, because when he comes in, he's going to do what he do. And once you got it, you got it. That's all I can tell you. It ain't like you're going to have to keep, you know what I mean? So this could possibly help you to say, if we went into a process where this world went into famine, great famine, and you sitting there like, dang, it's been like 3-4 months. I ain't even hungry. You feel me? Drink water right now. That's got don't drink coffee, by the way. I saw that in there. They said that coffee and caffeine help stimulate fuel cells and this, that, and the third. That can literally go along with this topic. But the Lord was like, they're lying. I said, okay, throw that away. Do not drink the coffee. Don't drink coffee in the morning. It's very bad. It's bad for you. Okay. I'm trying to give you things that are not going to strip you from your energy. I'm going to go into a little bit more after this, because there are some energy vampires. And when I say energy vampires, I mean energy parasites, energy robbers. And I want to tell you what they are too at the same time, because we're going to, excuse me, we're going to go ahead and add that to the subject. Okay. So, okay. So pretty much, I believe that's for the most part. You want to drink water that's got H3O in it. H3O is the kind of water that comes from fruits, vegetables, and this, that, and the third. Why? It has hydrogen in it. Hydrogen acts like a role as a fuel cell. It can play a crucial role in fuel cells, and it can act like a primary charge and carrier in acidic electrolytes, facilitating electrochemical reactions that generate electricity within the fuel. Remember, water is an energy conductor alone. Then what is hydrogen water? A super energy conductor. Okay? So that's why you want to eat your fruits, your vegetables, and stuff like that. That's why it's like, dog, we got to cut out a lot of these things. A lot of this has to do with diet. A lot of it, as I'm looking, for the most part, has to do with diet and intake. And for the most part, that's it. And some exercise. Do you see what I'm saying? But I'm getting you ready, because a lot of people just don't understand that sugar is like kryptonite to our powers. You understand? This is just the beginning of it. Okay. You say, oh no, that sounds so da-da-da-da. And then at the end of the day, you're talking about, yeah, because that's how important it is for you to get your diet together. Because I'm going to explain to you the scientific breakdown before these things come in. These things weren't coming in before, but they about to come in now. Do you want to know how to utilize or not? Right? Okay. Because this is what he told me to tell you. All right. It's another thing he told me to tell you. Y'all probably thought I was going to get up here and do that message I was talking about. So did I. Nope. Wrong. That's not how he be operating, dog. You see what I'm saying? See, you get what you get when you get it, right? This just so happens to be something you're going to want to store away. If you got to download this video and listen to it over and over, or whatever, because I'm going to try to hurry up and wrap it up, because I don't want it to be too long. But at the same time, I want to tell you, okay, some of these things are going to have those materials in it that's going to act like a biological electrical interface to be a superconductor. The fact that some people have melanin is already going to help them emerge a little bit more than that. Okay. So I want to tell you what the energy robbers, bro. Energy robbers. I mean, parasites that's in the body, dog. You can't have anything else that's living in your body that ain't you. If there's anything in your body that's moving around, dog, it cannot be controlled. Certain things like that, those are demons. Okay. Now, I just really want you to know this. This is the close thing to a demon. A physical demon is a parasite in your body. Why? What does this evil spirit doing in the body? It jumps in you and it controls your host. It controls you, right? Gives you bad feelings. You see what I'm saying? So it alters certain things, like parasites. They alter your appetite. Anything that can come in, steal nutrients from you, alter your personality, and in certain things like that, your appetite and this, that, and the third, make you feel groggy. You don't understand what they are. It doesn't have to be this giant thing inside you. You understand? I don't know if y'all saw Romulus, the movie, the alien movie. Well, it's a parasitic thing like that. It's pretty much alienistic, okay? And once these things attach to your host, you think you got as much control as you do, but you really don't. Those things are operated strictly by antimatter. Why? Because they don't need sunlight to live. Do you see what I mean? Things like snakes and worms and parasites, they don't even need sunlight. Sunlight is the positive. Darkness is the negative. So darkness is coming from just the antimatter. Remember, the same thing that said before he said, let there be light. What's the darkness? What's Christ? What's antimatter? So he told me, Doug, stop trying to think what you want to think and know what you want to know. Somebody knows something here, and y'all don't know everything. So at the same time, just listen up and make just see how it makes sense. Or even go ask Christ, bro. Go ask him, dog. Because I don't even know why he don't be talking to y'all people, bro. I kind of get mad with that, though. For real, dog. I be like, yo, why you ain't telling them this and that? He be like, because I told you. I'm like, dang, bro. You make darts to the chin. I got to tell me, knock these stuff out, bro. You feel me? Because I know every time I get up here, and I might say this, I might say that. It might sound crazy, right? We could put all that away. And I talk about people being petty, and I'm ready to knock your ass out. I already pull up and put a strap on you, dog. Yeah, that's still me too. What you gonna do about it? Nothing. Okay? So you just listen, all right? Nigga is here to help you. Stop worrying about the shell of the fucking person and listen to the information. Okay? Because that's me. That's my thoughts. I own that. If you want parts with that, then get personal. Because I really will, dog. You feel me? And sorry, Lord. I'm telling you, I got chin check these niggas sometimes because I know how people would like to say, oh, this nigga crazy. This nigga talking about turning niggas into superhumans. How else you thought we was going to do this, man? Huh? Y'all think it was just going to just one day just happen on you? Dog, it's something we got to do, okay? Something we got to do. And who's coming through with the information again? Boom. Your boy. Your boy. Now keep thinking what you want to think of me and keep debating my messages and all that. You keep doing that. That's on you. You heard me? And listen, I apologize to Shorty. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I mean? But I can't keep apologizing, y'all. Do you hear me? I'm kind of built a certain way. I'm sorry. All right. And I might keep saying I'm sorry, but that's the only reason I'm gonna say it, because I know I'm gonna keep doing it, dog. You hear me? It's nothing I can do. Okay. I might try to come one way. It may not come out that way. Okay. So let me get to the other things. Sugar is a energy robber. Parasites are energy robber, because what do parasites act like in the body? They act like pirates in the body. They come in and they steal resources. The resources that your body needs is nutrients. It's the first thing that they're stealing. So they're stealing your energy. Nutrients give you energy. See what I'm saying? The more energy you have, the more you can become you. The more you're inside isolation, you're absorbing more of you, right? But how much are you absorbing if you're still absorbing this, or you're still absorbing that, or if you're still intaking sugar, if you're not drinking enough water, you're not getting the proper blood flow? You're not. Most people don't know who they are. None of us really know who we are until we're really 100% ourselves. You're never going to be that eating the foods that keep feeding you, eating the things that keep draining your energy. Do you understand? So he wants us to clear these things out, because he's getting ready to come in and do a heck of a lot more work, okay? So I don't want to bombard you with too much of this, because I don't know when the next time he's going to wake me up and start telling me. Cause see, that was the crazy part. And I knew he would do this one day. Because he gave me the feeling that he was going to tell me again, and I would be able to tell y'all. And this time I wasn't above the firmament. I was right in my bed. And I'm like, oh shoot. I jumped up, I got the pen. I said, yeah, let's go. Cause I remember I wanted to tell them. I was like, yo, and he showed me the day that I was doing it. I was telling the people and how we were gonna do it. And I said, dang, boy, I told you. I don't know how long some of y'all been following me, but I told you this day would come. So he's getting ready to keep hitting me with that information, y'all. He's getting ready to give us the information to get the keys to the universe, the keys to him, the keys to Christ. He's the universe. Okay? He's showing us how to become really one with him within our bodies and everything. Okay? And this is how you do it. So the sugar acts like a paste of toxins. You keep paste and toxins in your body. Over time, they form and they build up. And now the parasites are able to feed off of that. Parasites also feed off the glucose in your blood, which is like the sugar. You leave sugar in your blood, it creates the glucose in the blood. So it takes 7 to 10 days to kill off a parasite in the body, right? 7 to 10 days, to rid the body from sugar, right? But a parasite can live up to 10 days, 7 to 10 days without sugar. You see what I'm saying? So basically, you got to strip your body from the sugar 10 days, and then you got to make sure you're giving it another 10 days to make sure that they can't survive, because they can survive without eating for 10 days. So after the 10th day, that's with no sugar in there. So you already got to get the sugar out. Then you got to start the 10-day process. So that's 20 days off the back. That's why I said 30 days. 30 to make this officially sure. 30 days. That's why we're doing 30 days, okay? Making sure you have no other entities. None. No other entities. It can only be you. And I'm telling you, y'all, when you got these entities a part of you, it's like you sold your soul to another entity. You allow them to control you. You allow them to infiltrate your spirit, your body. No, if it infiltrates your body, it already infiltrated your spirit and your soul. It got in your body, bro. That's a demon. It don't matter. Oh, they got evil spirits on them. Yeah, they probably also just got parasites in them too. Because mainly at the end of the day, that's what this is mainly all about. It's animalistic activity, dog. That's why they showed you the movie Romulus. That's why this thing is in these people's stomachs. And guess what? One of these days soon, there's going to be some active wave in the environment. It's going to cause them things to blow up. They're going to be hanging out the people's mouths. People going to be trying to pull them out. Now, I already had that dream. I'm going to have to explain that later. But if you want, just go watch the movie Alien, Romulus. I promise you, dog. This can get real, cuz. Okay? And you don't want them in you. Okay? You don't. There's a clear sign that they're the Antichrist right now. You know what I mean? But the thing is, those parasites have them cause them to eat certain things, different things, like the things that are abominable foods that God said don't eat. You feel me? So those are energy robbers. Alcohol can be an energy robber. It's robbing you from the essence of you. It's altering your personality. You don't want anything. You don't want any other wine, spirits. No other entities, man. None. Okay? What else? The sugar. Oh, you're going to have to die down the conversations with people that are stripping you from your energy. That means arguments and weirdo activity, and you know what I mean? Keeping yourself amongst other people. It just kind of dims your light anyway. So you want to get as much isolation to yourself as positive as much as you can. You also want to get as much sunlight as you can. You see, we're saying something about the sunlight. That's what first woke me up. We're talking about sunlight and this, that, and the third. Then he started talking about electrodes and the electrodes, this, that, and the third. I immediately understood. Said, oh, we getting there now, huh? Yo, I don't have a problem jumping out of my bed, grabbing a pen when he talking. Because I'm like, dang, bro, I ain't getting ready to skip this lesson. I knew I had another lesson to bring. But I know that this is going to be in the midst of the lessons. This is the keys to the universe. Like I said, it may be part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who knows, okay? But if you stick with me, if we can stick to this plan It's going to help us gain those superpowers. Not saying that if you don't do it, that you're damned for hell. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you want to be able to control the elements soon, because you come in with the full power, the rest of it. See, he's doing what he did to Jesus, but he's coming down for all of us now. And if you ain't ready for that type of stuff, it'll just possess you. Think about if you push a demonic person closer to God. The more closer they get, the more possessed looking and acting they're gonna get. You hear me? So that's all I'm saying. And he's like, well, why is that? Is God evil? No, it's them that's evil. They just can't take that spirit. And you wouldn't be able to either if you don't get yourself right. And that's all I'm telling you. So stuff like that. Then we're gonna show you how to build on the other things like let me show you. We're gonna show you how to build on, because the next lesson is going to be on this. I already know it is, because this is what he showed me that the next lesson is going to be on. And then you probably like, how I know that, huh? Because tell me, the next lesson is going to be on carbon atoms and the fundamental building blocks for all the living organisms, from the backbone of essential, like the molecules, proteins, DNA, carbohydrates, all the things crucial for the body for functions like growth, development, and energy production. That was the key thing there, the energy production. But everything else, you're going to need to do that too when you're utilizing these carbon atoms. That's a whole nother video, okay? So, until next time, keys to the universe, baby. We on to it. It's your boy, Doc Illuminati. Peace and one love.